Hey friends, how you doing? Today is Wednesday, June 4th, and I just wanted to share a quick little story with you that happened to me this morning. I was going to record it early, but a lot of things around the house had to get done today before I could get on here, and I'm actually glad I waited. So I had an opportunity this morning to run my wife's car over to the car wash. She's getting ready, and now she's out at Disneyland with her siblings today. As many of you know, their mom passed away last week, so this is the 1 week from the day that their mom passed. And so as siblings, they're heading out to Disneyland, which was kind of their mom was synonymous and known for Disney, worked there for years, and they're massively a Disney family. But the point of the story is, as I went over to take her car, Lorian's car, to get washed, I was just, getting it. I went through the drive-through, pulled it into the slot, vacuumed it out, was cleaning out the windows, armor alling the inside and interior and the seats, and trying to get it all nice and clean for her, which I don't do very often. So don't think for a minute that this is an Hart thing, because it's not. I take it to the wash, they do it. But today I just wanted to go over and just kind of put an hour into just really getting the car washed. Underneath one of the seats, I came across a bobblehead. Now, I have a lot of bobbleheads. Some of them are up on my shelf. I won't take the time to reach up, but I don't exactly collect bobbleheads, but I have a lot. Having worked in minor league baseball for years, having gone to many, many baseball games over the years, they just kind of accumulate. In fact, I think back here, you can see one that I got the other night. My buddy Gary Green from California Bank and Trust took me to a Dodger game. It wasn't bobblehead night, but he had this Mookie Betts bobblehead, and he gave it to me because he knows that I like bobbleheads. Anyway, back to the story. So I'm washing the car. A young woman in the car next to me pulls in to do the same thing, clean out her car and vacuum and do the windows and so forth. And she looked, I don't know, maybe 30, young mom, could tell a little bit just by the contents of her car. And I had this bobblehead, Bobby Miller. He plays for the Dodgers, minor leaguer, up and down, probably not going to be a star, but maybe. But anyway, I got that bobblehead and I thought, what am I going to do with this bobblehead? Am I going to put it on my shelf? Am I going to give it away? Am I going to tuck it back under the seat and leave it there for another 6 months, which is probably how long it had been there, if not longer? And I just felt impressed to just lean over and first say hi to this young mom and just ask her how her day was going and connect with her. And she was so frazzled. And when I said hi to her, it's like it pulled her out of whatever mental stress, it turns out, or dilemma that she might have been going through in that moment. And she didn't, I noticed that when I looked over at first, she kind of had a scowl on her face and wasn't really smiling. But when I said hi, it just, like I said, it just kind of pulled her out of it. And she smiled and kind of made eye contact with me. And almost, she might have even said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was in deep thought. But I felt like she needed that connection. We never know when there's somebody who just needs us to look them in the eye and say hi. We never know. I think we should do that. That kind of came up in my conversation with Charles yesterday about, the top. I'm going to get back to the bobblehead story in a second. Don't let me forget. Anyway, Charles talked about, how water always finds the leak. And I think that when we're out looking for opportunities to serve and make a difference in people, those opportunities will always, always come. I've noticed in my life, if I pray and ask God to bless me to be an instrument in his hands that day, it happens 10 out of 10 times. If I write or journal or meditate or ponder about how I want to go make an impact, maybe I'll smile at 5 people on the train today when I used to take the train to work, or I'll acknowledge somebody on the airplane, or I'll say hi, in this case, to a young mom at a car wash. I could tell that it made a big impact on her. And then as we were talking, I said, "Hey, by the way, do you know anybody in your life that likes bobbleheads?" And she goes, "Oh my gosh, my son is crazy for bobbleheads. I think he has every Dodger." And I held up the Bobby Miller bobblehead and she said, "Who's that?" And I said, "Bobby Miller." "Who's that?" And I had to explain that, he's played with the majors last year. He's been up and down this year, trying to make it as a Dodger. And she said, "I'm sure my son doesn't have that. That's going to make his day." So little things like just, simple acts of kindness, simply reaching out to people. I'm glad I didn't have the Mookie Betts bobblehead in my car, because that would have been a hard one to part with, or a Freddie Freeman for that matter. The Bobby Miller wasn't as hard, but it did make an impact. So my point is, I'm grateful today for just little opportunities to serve and to recognize and acknowledge people. I challenge each of you today to go out after you listen to this. Go out, find one stranger or one person in your life that keeps popping up for you? Maybe as you're hearing my words right now, you're thinking of someone. Who is that person that needs to be acknowledged today? It could be in your family, it could be a spouse, it could be a parent or a child or a cousin or a sister or a brother, anybody, someone at work, wherever you might be. If there's somebody you're thinking about that might need to be acknowledged, it didn't come up for me of anyone in particular. Obviously, I was kind of stuck in my own little mind throughout the morning, and then going out and getting Lorianne's car washed so she could have a clean car for her drive to Disneyland today with her family. But it was in that moment where I just looked over and said hi to this young mom and acknowledged her, and she smiled. And then when I was able to give her this bobblehead, which really she was doing me a favor, not another bobblehead, my wife would say, we just never know when we're going to make a difference. That's my message today. I'm grateful for opportunities and people who have made a difference to me. A few people have reached out to me, and not just today, but over the last week or month. It's seemingly right when I needed it. A buddy of mine reached out to me yesterday in the second that I was thinking about him. And another friend this morning reached out and said, "Hey, how can I help? What can I do?" And I had a specific thing that he could do, and he did it. And it was pretty cool. So I acknowledge those that reach out, and I acknowledge those that we need to reach out to. So again, the challenge is find someone in your life today that needs you, only you, your smile, your eyes, your handshake, your, "Hey, how you doing?" Your, "Hey, I love you. You're a great person." Whatever it is, you know what it is you need to do, and you know who you need to do it for. So that's the challenge today. And just again, grateful for the inspiration to start this daily podcast. It's not easy. Getting on the microphone is not hard for me, but coming up with something to talk about every day isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. So anyway, go make someone else's day great. And I promise you it'll make your day great as well.